The NBA world was stunned. A collective gasp echoed across social media, sports talk shows erupted in debate, and analysts scrambled to make sense of the unfolding events. No one saw this coming. The Milwaukee Bucks, built around the unparalleled talent of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, a force of nature on the court, a player who embodies the heart and soul of the franchise, were seemingly on an unwavering path to contention. Their strategy appeared locked in, their trajectory set. But then, the unthinkable happened. They had just waived Damian Lillard. The news sent shockwaves through the league. One of the league's most prolific scorers, a clutch performer known for his deep-range bombs and unwavering confidence, a player who could single-handedly change the outcome of a game, gone, just like that. No drawn-out trade saga, no whispers of discontent, just a sudden, jarring departure. The abruptness of the decision left everyone reeling. In his place, Myles Turner arrives, a skilled center known for his rim protection and ability to stretch the floor. A different kind of player, a different fit, a different direction altogether. On a 4-year, $107 million deal. A significant investment, a long-term commitment, a clear indication of the Bucks' belief in Turner's potential to elevate their team. This isn't a minor tweak. This is a seismic shift in the team's composition, a complete overhaul of their offensive and defensive strategies. It's a franchise-altering gamble, a high-stakes bet on a new formula, a risky proposition with potentially massive rewards or devastating consequences. The Bucks are desperate to keep Giannis happy, to demonstrate their unwavering commitment to building a championship-caliber team around him. His happiness is paramount, his satisfaction crucial to the franchise's long-term success. And prove they're still contenders. They need to show Giannis, the fans, and the entire league that they are serious about competing for a title, that they are willing to make bold moves to achieve their ultimate goal. Waiving Lillard and signing Turner is a Hail Mary, a desperate attempt to salvage a season, a last-ditch effort to reignite championship hopes. An expensive, risky attempt, one that could either propel them to new heights or send them spiraling into mediocrity. The stakes are incredibly high. To fix a broken formula. The initial plan didn't work, the chemistry wasn't right, and now they're scrambling to find a solution. The Lillard experiment fizzled, a promising partnership that ultimately failed to live up to expectations. The anticipated fireworks never materialized. Plagued by defensive issues and poor chemistry, the team struggled to find a rhythm, and the defensive liabilities became increasingly glaring. Now, Milwaukee is betting everything on a new identity, a complete transformation of their playing style and team dynamic, swapping offense for defense, prioritizing defensive prowess and team cohesion over individual scoring brilliance, and flexibility for hope. Hope that this new approach will unlock their full potential and lead them to the promised land. Fans and analysts are left in disbelief, scratching their heads and wondering what the future holds for the Milwaukee Bucks. How did a team go from all in on Lillard, a move that was supposed to solidify their championship aspirations, to this sudden and drastic change of course? The Bucks have mortgaged their future, sacrificing long-term flexibility for a short-term fix, taken on a massive financial burden, committing significant resources to a player who may or may not be the missing piece of the puzzle, and signaled panic. The move reeks of desperation, a clear indication that the front office is feeling the pressure to deliver a championship. Every move screams desperation, a frantic attempt to right the ship before it's too late. As the clock ticks on Giannis's time in Milwaukee, the pressure is on to win now, to capitalize on Giannis's prime years and secure a championship legacy. The question isn't if this core can win a title, it's whether they can overcome the challenges, build the necessary chemistry, and execute their game plan effectively. It's whether the Bucks have just sealed their fate. Have they made a brilliant move that will propel them to greatness, or have they made a fatal error that will haunt them for years to come? The stakes have never been higher. The future of the franchise hangs in the balance. Everything in Milwaukee revolves around Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's already delivered a championship, but in today's NBA, loyalty is fleeting. The fear of Giannis demanding a trade drives every Bucks decision. After 2 disappointing playoff runs, the pressure to keep him happy is immense. The Lillard experiment failed, and whispers about Giannis's future grew louder. The Turner signing and Lillard waiving are direct responses to these failures. The Bucks are desperate to show Giannis they're serious about winning, but these bold moves come with risk. If Turner isn't the answer, the team's future is in jeopardy. Milwaukee is walking a tightrope, betting everything on keeping their superstar. The Giannis imperative means constant action, but at a steep cost. The franchise's future now hinges on this gamble. To truly understand the significance of the Myles Turner deal for the Milwaukee Bucks, we need to delve into the recent past. It's not just about adding another player, it's about recapturing a specific formula that once brought them unparalleled success. To fully grasp the context, look back at Milwaukee's unforgettable 2021 title run. That championship season wasn't just a stroke of luck. It was the culmination of a perfectly balanced team, a team with a clear identity and a well-defined strategy. At the heart of that success was Brook Lopez, who served as both the defensive anchor, protecting the rim with authority, and a reliable floor spacer, stretching the defense with his three-point shooting. His unique skill set unlocked Giannis Antetokounmpo's best, creating a dynamic duo that was nearly impossible to stop. Lopez's presence allowed Giannis to dominate in the paint, knowing he had a reliable defender and shooter backing him up. However, as Lopez aged, his mobility declined, and the Bucks gradually lost that crucial edge, that defensive intensity and offensive versatility that had defined their championship team. The arrival of Damian Lillard, while adding offensive firepower, only exacerbated their existing problems, making things even worse on the defensive end. The team's chemistry seemed off, and the defensive rotations were often slow and ineffective. The defense, once a hallmark of the Bucks' identity, completely collapsed, allowing opponents to score with ease and regularity. Opposing teams were finding open lanes to the basket and exploiting mismatches with alarming frequency. As a result, the team lost its identity, struggling to find a consistent rhythm and failing to live up to the expectations set by their championship-winning predecessors. The joy and confidence that had characterized the team in 2021 were replaced by frustration and uncertainty. Therefore, signing Turner is not just a random acquisition. It's a deliberate attempt to recapture the essence of the Lopez formula, that perfect blend of elite rim protection, deterring opponents from attacking the basket, and reliable floor spacing, creating opportunities for Giannis and other offensive players. Turner is known as a formidable shot blocker with a consistently improving three-point shot, and so, on paper, he appears to be the perfect fit, a player who can seamlessly integrate into the Bucks system and address their most pressing needs. The Bucks are making a significant investment, betting $107 million that Turner can effectively recreate the Lopez-Giannis synergy, forming a dominant front-court partnership that can lead the team back to championship contention. From a strategic standpoint, it's a logical move, but the pressure on Turner to deliver is immense, as he's expected to fill a critical role and live up to the high expectations set by his predecessor. In essence, Milwaukee is chasing the ghost of past success, attempting to recapture the magic of their 2021 championship run. They are hoping that history repeats itself, and that Turner can be the catalyst for another deep playoff run and a chance at another title. The entire system, the team's hopes and aspirations, now hinges on Turner, being the missing piece that can finally complete the puzzle and restore the Bucks to their former glory. Waiving Lillard isn't just a basketball move, it's a financial bombshell. The Bucks will pay Lillard for years, even as he plays elsewhere. This dead money eats up precious cap space, limiting Milwaukee's flexibility. Add Turner's massive contract and Giannis's supermax, and the Bucks are deep in luxury tax territory. Every dollar spent on Lillard is one less for building around Giannis and Turner. The roster is now top-heavy and expensive, with little room to maneuver. If the Turner-Giannis pairing fails, there's no easy escape. The Bucks have traded future financial health for a desperate upgrade. They're locked into this core with no safety net. The financial strain could paralyze future moves. It's a high-wire act with everything on the line. Myles Turner is a premier shot blocker and a capable floor-spacing center. In theory, he's the ideal modern big man to pair with Giannis. But is he worth $107 million? Turner's offense relies on others to create for him. He's not a go-to scorer. Without an elite point guard like Lillard, his impact could shrink. The Bucks are betting Turner can thrive without a top-tier playmaker. But that's far from certain. His rebounding is average, a concern in tough playoff battles. Milwaukee hopes Giannis can cover that weakness, but it's a gamble. The Bucks paid a premium for fit, not past production. Turner must be more than good. He has to elevate the team back to contention. It's a massive bet on potential synergy. After the Lillard and Turner moves, all eyes turn to Giannis. Reports say he was consulted, But his public silence is telling. If he loved the moves, we'd know by now. Giannis is waiting to see results before endorsing anything. His silence keeps pressure on the front office and maintains his leverage. The organization must now prove this gamble works. Fast. Giannis's next contract decision will hinge on the team's trajectory. If the Turner experiment fails, frustration could boil over. For now, Giannis is watching, evaluating, and holding the franchise's future in his hands. The Bucks' fate rests on his judgment. There's an old saying, a piece of wisdom passed down through generations. When you find yourself in a hole, the first and most crucial step is to stop digging. It's a simple concept, yet profoundly difficult to execute, especially when the pressure mounts and the stakes are high. But the Milwaukee Bucks? They seem to have a different approach. Instead of heeding this age-old advice, they keep reaching for a bigger shovel, seemingly determined to dig themselves even deeper. It's a strategy that raises eyebrows and begs the question, what are they thinking? Every move they've made since their championship run in 2021 has felt like a reaction to the last, a desperate attempt to course-correct, digging themselves deeper and deeper into a hole of their own making. Each decision, while perhaps well-intentioned, seems to compound the previous one, creating a cycle of reactive moves. The Damian Lillard trade, while bringing in a star, undeniably cost them valuable defensive assets and future flexibility, a hefty price to pay for immediate gratification. And now, compounded by waiving key players and potentially overpaying Myles Turner, it feels like another desperate swing, a gamble that could either pay off handsomely or leave them further in the lurch. This cycle of reactive moves paints a picture of a franchise lacking a clear long-term vision. It's as if they're constantly putting out fires, never truly addressing the underlying issues. The ever-present fear of losing Giannis Antetokounmpo has seemingly paralyzed the front office, leading to a series of high-risk, short-sighted decisions, all in the hopes of keeping their superstar happy and committed to the franchise. As a result, the Bucks are now asset-poor, their draft capital depleted and cap-strapped, severely limiting their ability to make further improvements. They're essentially locked into an expensive and inflexible roster, with little room to maneuver or adapt to unforeseen circumstances. If Myles Turner's fit within the team dynamic isn't perfect, if the chemistry doesn't quite gel, there's virtually no backup plan in place. They've put all their eggs in one basket. Milwaukee has essentially mortgaged its entire future, sacrificing long-term stability for a short-term shot at keeping Giannis and contending for another championship. The margin for error is now razor-thin, practically non-existent. One wrong move, one injury, and the entire house of cards could come crashing down. They've dug their hole deep, and now they must live with the consequences of their actions, hoping that their gamble pays off and that they can somehow climb out of the pit they've created. The franchise's future now hangs precariously in the balance, teetering on the edge of success or failure, with the weight of expectation and the hopes of an entire city resting on their shoulders. While Milwaukee scrambles, Indiana quietly celebrates. The Pacers avoided a massive Turner contract and kept their financial flexibility. They can now build around Tyrese Halliburton and a young core. Other East contenders see the Bucks as more vulnerable and less adaptable. Milwaukee's desperation highlights the pressure small-market teams face to keep stars happy. The Pacers, meanwhile, benefit from the Bucks' gamble without lifting a finger. It's a cautionary tale for the league. One failed swing can trigger a cascade of desperate moves. Indiana moves forward with a clean slate and a brighter future. After all the chaos, where do the Bucks stand? Optimists hope Turner and Giannis can recreate a dominant defense, but the financial burden and loss of offensive firepower are glaring. The Bucks have swapped one set of problems for another with no clear upgrade. In a league dominated by elite guards, Milwaukee has doubled down on a risky formula. The championship window that once seemed wide open is now closing fast. Giannis's greatness can only cover so much. The Bucks are no longer clear contenders, just another team hoping a desperate gamble pays off.